Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More Texas school shooting. Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo calls for action. Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo has called for action in a heartfelt post following another deadly school shooting in the U.S. that left 10 dead. In an appeal posted on his personal Facebook page, Mr. Acevedo wrote, "Today I spent the day dealing with another mass shooting of children and a responding police officer who is clinging to life. I'm not ashamed to admit I've shed tears of sadness, pain and anger." On Friday morning, 17-year-old high school student Demetrius Pagotzis opened fire on his fellow students at Santa Fe High School, killing 9 students and a teacher. This latest shooting is the 101st mass shooting in the U.S. carried out so far this year. "I know some have strong feelings about gun rights, but I want you to know I've hit rock bottom," Mr. Acevedo said in his post, as he went on to blame weak gun laws and government inaction. "The hatred being spewed in our country and the new norms we, so-called people of faith, are accepting, is as much to blame for so much of the violence in our once pragmatic nation." Friday's assault was the deadliest in Texas since a man with an assault rifle attacked a rural church late last year, killing more than 24 people. It comes 3 months after the February 14th school shooting in Parkland, Florida, that killed 17. As news of the attack filtered through, President Donald Trump tweeted, "We grieve for the terrible loss of life. This has been going on for far too long in our country," Mr. Trump later said at a press conference that afternoon. "My administration is determined to do everything in our power to protect our students, secure our schools and to keep weapons out of the hands of those who pose a threat to themselves and others." But Mr. Acevedo condemned the elected officials that ran to the cameras today, saying while they spoke in solidarity and called for prayers, they would once again do absolutely nothing. "This isn't a time for prayers and study and inaction. It's a time for prayers, action and the asking of God's forgiveness for our inaction," he wrote. 10 people were also injured in the attack, said Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Acquaintances described the suspect as quiet and unassuming, an avid video game player who routinely wore a black trench coat and black boots to class. They also said he wore a trench coat to school on the day of shooting, when temperatures topped 32 degrees Celsius. The suspect obtained the shotgun and a .38 caliber handgun from his father, who owned them legally, Mr. Abbott said. "Media player, space to play, M to mute, left and right to seek, 0000:3500:000:35 Florida students tweet their support. Survivors of the school shooting in Parkland expressed their support of the students at Santa Fe High School. Emma Gonzalez, shooting survivor and gun control activist, vowed to fight for the victims and survivors. Fellow student David Hogg tweeted, "We are fighting for you," and then took aim at politicians in a follow-up tweet. Media player, space to play, M to mute, left and right to seek, 00:000:3200:000:32 Print, email, Facebook.